Hello again, viewers. You're welcome to another edition of the Now Show. Oh my, this edition gives me a lot of excitement because on today's show, I have with me someone really special, extraordinarily special. That's who she is. Well, I call her my big sister, but beyond that, she is a writer, a preacher, a teacher, a singer, a composer. I could go on and on and on about her. I introduce you to my big sister, Michelle McKinney Hammond. Wow, Auntie Michelle, it's so good to have you on the Now Show.
Thank you.
Oh, well, as you all know, Michelle McKinney Hammond, she's written over 40 books, on different subjects. Is a living, is a loving, relationship, is a life itself. And of course, we're going to be going through all that. Well, she's the founder and president of the Michelle McKinney Hammond Ministries, formerly, well, Heartwing Ministries, yes, before. So now it's Michelle McKinney.
Yes.
I mean, it just has to bear you. You know, you are an extraordinary woman.
Thank you.
Very special.
Thank you.
I'm sure you hear that a lot. You hear that a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you for agreeing to be with us on the Now Show, Auntie Michelle.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you abundantly. Anyway, so we're going to start. Auntie Michelle, you started out as writing on the singles because, I mean, you've kind of evolved. I mean, now going through a lot of, subjects, you know, life's issues.
Yes.
I call you an authority on a number of things.
Oh my.
You know, and
Okay. That makes me feel very important.
but you know you are. And I ask myself, how does she do it? I know writing is a gift. But you know, some people say, yes, but some people say that you have to have been through something before you can get to talk about it or write about it, as it were. But here you are. You've written about women. Yes, you are a woman. You've written about men. You've written about marriages.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, yes, that's a special gift that she's got.
Yeah.
I mean, it can only be God. It can only be God.
You know, I always tell people I can't claim credit for writing my books because early on, when I first got involved with writing, you know, you write your script.
Yes.
You turn it into the publisher.
Okay.
And then they turn it over to an editor who
Okay.
marks it all up and corrects
Okay.
it and
Okay.
says this point isn't clear. What about this?
What about this?
You need
Yes.
to move this around and da-da-da.
Okay.
So by the time they're done redlining and then you go through and you make all your corrections, I would think to myself sometimes, wow, that's really deep. She really made that sound good. I wonder what I put there. And then I go to my original manuscript and it was what I had written. She
Really?
hadn't touched anything. And I went, whoa, how did I know that? And so that was when I realized I was not really writing the book. I was merely God's secretary, taking dictation.
So you just
from
pour
the
it
Holy
out.
Spirit.
Yes.
So
Wow.
I totally understand that concept in the word where it talks about the word was written under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. I totally get that because I know that there are things that I've written that I had no knowledge of until God put it in my spirit.
So you started out with single, satisfied, and sassy, I think.
No, actually, What to Do Until Love Finds You.
Oh, really?
It
was the first book.
Yes.
Okay.
And
okay, so what made you write that?
Well, it was birthed out of my own struggle. I was a new Christian.
Okay.
And I was just herding everybody to Jesus. And then we just all became these miserable single people.
Okay.
Because our lifestyle had to change. So our dating life changed drastically.
Okay.
And everybody went into a panic on how they were going to find husbands. And this was always the conversation.
Okay.
And everybody was miserable. And I was tired of being miserable.
Okay.
So I told God, look, I don't even want to get married till you can prove to me I can be happy with just you.
Wow.
But in that journey, I decided, let me chronicle this and write, see if I can find some answers to these issues. Literally, What to Do Until Love Finds You was a book that I wrote for myself.
I like
you
that.
Know what I mean?
Yes.
They were my issues, things that I was struggling with, but I knew that a lot of other people were struggling with. And I just asked God for the answers.
Yes.
So when I wrote that book, it was the book that I wish someone had written for me because when I went to the bookstore, there was nothing. There were two books, Passion and Purity by Elizabeth Elliot, which made you just feel like you weren't saved because it was so deeply spiritual. And the other one was Narrow My Bed, Wide My World, I think, by Lucy Swindoll. And both of them just really did not deal with the struggles
so
that I was
you needed something you could connect with.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I just wanted to get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about unsettled issues, daddy issues, sex issues. I wanted to talk about the stuff that women really go through, the baggage that we have from past relationships, our view of what love really looks like, our self-esteem issues.
Yes.
So all of those things were things that I was struggling with, and I decided to write about. And I remember shopping it, getting tons of reject letters. Well, actually, I need to back up because I wrote one chapter. My mentor actually told me to write the book. Bunny Wilson had written a book called Knight in Shining Armor, and it was being published by Harvest House Publishers. Was a huge publishing company in the States. It was like the second largest Christian publisher in the States. And I was telling her, oh, Bunny, I've learned this and I've learned that. And she says, well, why don't you write that? And I said, I can't write a book. I'm in advertising because my background was advertising. I wrote commercials. I said, 60 seconds is all I got. She said, girl, as much as you like to talk, you could write a book. It's just one long conversation. So I said, So that kind of stuck in my spirit. It's one long conversation. And it's interesting because most people say when they read my books, it feels like you're sitting down talking.
I'm talking,
So I approached it from a conversational point of view. So I wrote a chapter and amused myself and said, that's kind of cute. And then I forgot about it.
Really?
And then, because I was in advertising, I was running around doing McDonald's and Coca-Cola
what you had to do. Yes.
With celebrities, being fabulous, flying all over the place, Los Angeles, New York.
Yes.
And then I got fired from my job.
Wow.
And so I used to do voiceovers on commercials.
Okay.
And sing on commercials.
Okay.
So I was on my way to an audition and I got hit by a car.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so a year and a half later, 3 surgeries later,
learning
to walk again later, I wrote my first book.
Wow.
And literally, thank God for good, godly friends that hold you accountable. They stood around my bed and said, what do you think God is saying to you? Because after the 3rd surgery, I was just worn out. My leg wasn't working properly. And I said, I don't know. They said, what about that book you started writing a year ago? I said, I don't know. I didn't even know where the notes were. One of my friends literally would spend every Sunday afternoon with me writing query notes to publishers while I started writing the book. And eventually, I got the publishing deal, which was an interesting story in and of itself because the guy just kind of ignored me the first time. He said, I keep teasing him, saying, one day I'm going to find that reject letter. I had a pile of reject
letters. Yes. You see, and that's the message that no matter the number of rejects you get, you should keep going on.
Exactly.
Because that acceptance is going to come.
Exactly. And it might come from the person who rejected you.
That's right. That's right.
I kept going and going, and then this small publisher picked me up. And the attorney who was going over the paperwork said, this deal is so bad, I don't want any part of it. So if you want to sign with them, go ahead. But I can't be a part of this. So I said, well, if you feel that strongly about it, I'm not going to sign it. So then I called Harvest House back, who had rejected
you.
And I said, I'm going to shop this book again, and I'm giving you first dibs because they were who had published my mentor's book, and she had referred them to me. So the guy said, okay, give me 6 weeks. I said, okay, fine. They called me back like within a week and said, we want the book.
Interesting.
And so the story later was told that he read it and was just so fascinated. He went into the publishers, the owner of the publishing company, and said, look, we need to sign on this girl book. Is a real writer. I'm going to grow old with her. And so he said, if you feel that strongly about it, go for it. And that book sold out of its first printing in 3 weeks, 12,000 copies.
Interesting. All gone.
The window, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they were running around in the warehouse going, how did this happen? She's an unknown author.
Wow.
They were backed up with orders. Everybody was ordering the book, and they didn't have it in stock.
You see, it's not in the name. They called you an unknown author. But there you were, you had the message that people were looking for.
Exactly.
So you were the answer to a number of issues that people had.
Exactly.
So this was like a welcome book. Like, okay, now I can finally have someone connect with my issues and have answers to them. Wow.
It resonated with
yes, I can imagine. Yes.
Now, what was also funny was that my picture was not on the book. And so they
really?
Yes.
This beautiful face that could have sold that book right now.
Well, in America at the time.
Okay.
So I became the golden girl of CBA, which was the Christian Booksellers Association.
Yes.
They thought I was white.
And
so then I showed off. So I started, I went to the first convention, and this woman invited me to her breakfast. And the next thing I knew, I was plastered on the cover of Today's Christian Woman, which was the big Christian women's magazine back in the day.
Yes.
And then calls started coming for me to speak at women's
conferences.
I had not planned for any of that.
Wow. Wow.
You know, my mentor
You
said,
didn't plan for it, but God had a plan for your life. You know, God had a plan for you. Now it's time to project my daughter to the world.
Yeah. So my mentor was like, you know, you've been called to speak. I said, no. I don't like people that much. I don't want to.
It's not about you.
And so she said, well, I'm just going to pray. And we're just going to see what God does. You prayed and hung up the phone, and I just cried. And like 10 minutes later, someone called and said, can you speak at this one? I said, I'm going to get her. But after that, the calls came. I ended up on this circuit doing this women's conference called Women of Virtue. And from that, I started getting all kinds of invitations. Churches. It was just, it happened in such a whirlwind.
Yes.
That even though it had been a dream of mine to write a book. I didn't see
You didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't see any of that coming. And I always tell people, you know, when you have dreams, you should have a plan in case God takes it and runs with it, because.
And he usually does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I felt like I was scrambling to keep up with Jesus for a long season, because I was on a plane 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm like, how did this happen? My life changed drastically. Wow. So how did you navigate that? You know, coming from a place where you had control of your life, then here you were. Things are happening that you are even asking yourself, how did I find myself here? But I mean, how did you? All of a sudden, here I was thrust into ministry, and I had to get a PA because it was too much for me to handle on my own. So someone had to schedule my trips and do my inventory, and I was taking books out on the road to stuff. I mean, it became a business, and I was like, whoa, what happened here? You know, and just the places that God took me was amazing. I ended up speaking at the Potter's House, D.D. James, and Creflo Dollar and Eddie Long, New Earth. I even spoke at the Crystal Cathedral. So it was just, it was very exciting.
It is amazing that, I mean, we've known about you for so many years in Nigeria. I mean, yes, McKinney Hammond. I mean, little did you know. I mean, we were reading your books, you know, Single, Sassy and Satisfied, The Diva Principle. I'm talking about 15 years ago or more.
Yes, and
you know,
it's interesting because at some point along the way, the publisher decided we should put your picture on the cover.
Yes.
And it kind of had a double effect. It opened up a whole new audience because black people got happy because
the black woman,
and then there were some white people that said, "Oh, we don't want that little colored girl in our store." So that was in the deep south, and I was like, "Really?
What did she do?" Yes.
So it was quite interesting because I had such crossover appeal. And so that was, you know, I sold tons of books for my publisher.
I can imagine.
They came back and said after that, but what do you want to do next? And I was thinking, I completed that assignment. Do I really have to keep this up? You know, but see, if you give God an inch, He will take your life.
It will take your life. Yes. But it was for good. Then you went from writing about the singles. Then you evolved. You went on to women. You know? And people thought, okay, she's just going to be writing about women. And of course, that was like a change for the women. Because here you were, you actually broke everything down for you to completely understand what womanhood was all about.
I mean, it was a burden for me, you know, because of course, people were excited when I was out on the road in conferences. They were like, "Oh, we're so glad there's a single woman because we have all these married women telling us
what to do." Yes.
But then I started really getting a burden for some of the issues that I heard being discussed among married women. And even though I hadn't been married, because some people would say, "Well, how do you write a book to married women if you've never been married?" But I said, "Well, you know what? I think that I'm more objective about it because I know what God says, and I don't make up excuses based on experience. This is what God says. So obviously, if this is what He said, it's possible. So from that vantage point, I remember Lois Evans, the wife of Tony Evans, invited me to speak at her First Ladies Conference. And I thought that was so weird because I was the only single person there, and everyone else was married. What is she doing? And so I remember listening to everybody's sermon, and I said, "This is so interesting. They're all talking about how to take care of the church, and no one has addressed how to take care of the pastor. Don't they see their power?
Amazing.
How they actually make the pastor who he is. And the Lord said, that's what I want you to talk about. I said, these women will run me out of here. I'm the only one that's single. And so I ended up getting up and saying, well, you've all talked about how to take care of the church. Should we talk about how to take care of the first man? And you can see their legs get like this. By the time I was done with them and using the story of Esther, they were like, girl, you crunched on all that.
That's right.
So
that's right.
That objective viewpoint just let me be able to put forth the word of God without any emotion.
Okay. And of course, the men wouldn't have you just talking about the women.
Right.
So they came forward and said,
we need stuff too. Because especially after when I wrote the Diva Principle, I actually had a conference called the Diva Conference.
Yes.
And it was a workshop. It was an interactive conference. So it wasn't a bunch of speakers speaking, yet talking at you.
Okay.
I literally had a format that caused you to work through your issues right then and there. So there was a lot of weeping all day. But
I can imagine, yes, because people are understanding themselves. Because like I said, you actually broke down womanhood, you know. I mean, here you were, people thought, being a diva meant some, excuse my language, some nasty woman somewhere with a lot of airs and everything like that. You were like, no, as a diva, you are divinely inspired, you know? Wow, that was a revelation, and that was deep. That was deep.
Yeah.
It can only come from a McKinney Hammond, you know? And reading that book, I said, she is special to God, because that was a revelation. And you can only get it from a place of a deep relationship. And it shows that you do have a deep relationship with God. You keep saying that you're passionate about God. You keep saying how much you are in love with God.
I am. I mean, I experience the reality of relationship with God. I'm the type of person, I look for God in everything, every day. And I find him. He says, if you seek me, you will find me. And so I look for him in the little things, things that I'm thinking about. He sends someone to give me that answer or the thing that I desired. And he instructs me and says, don't do that, go over here or whatever. So I see how our steps can be ordered of God when we're yielded and we're listening for his voice. Because he promises that we'll hear a voice behind us saying, this is the way, walk in it. And so if I practice being sensitive to that. Sometimes I miss it, and then it's always a disaster. And I go, oh, you told me and I didn't listen. But I it's fun for me. It's actually fun to be interactive with God. I'd say, okay, well, if I do this, and he'll do that. It's exciting. I think that a lot of people don't see God that way. They just see this, they see him as God. I notice a lot of people use the word God instead of Father.
Instead of Father,
And yet, Jesus said, when you pray this way, our Father. So he wanted us to be really aware of the relationship that our Father God wanted to have with us. And that is a father-child relationship where he indulges us as we obey him. It just butters him up to just give you whatever you want because you're desiring what he wants for you. And he will always answer his own prayer. So it becomes walking it out, experiencing the relationship, knowing the reality of who he is. It says those who come to God must first believe that he is. And then one translation says, and that he cares enough to answer your prayer. And so I think sometimes that's where we feel a disconnect. Okay, he may be my father, but he might not care enough about what I care about. Yes. But yet he does.
I think people just really look at him as being far away or something, or
that's why we use
they can't.
God. Because Father brings it closer.
Father brings
now
it.
This is relational. When we look at the story of the woman with the issue of blood, it starts off talking about her as a woman. But after she's healed and she confesses what happened, Jesus changes her title to daughter. In that moment, he becomes God. Addressing her and pulling her into relationship with him. God. And so it's once we know that God is our loving Father who is passionate about us, who was so passionate that he sent Jesus so we could have relationship with him. Because then we all kind of get stuck on Jesus. Oh, we like Jesus. Jesus was tempted like us and he died for us. But he's our brother. He's not our father.
That's true.
And the triune being of it all. So, and the only reason he came was so we could have relationship with the Father.
With the Father.
And when we see him, he's going to turn us over to the Father. And he says, in our Father's house, there are many mansions. He wants you to live in the Father's house. So if we don't cultivate the relationship with the Father, we're kind of in trouble, because that's the purpose for the whole story. I mean, that is really the crux, besides repentance, when it comes to Christianity, is our relationship with the Father. And I think that's why we struggle in prayer. When he teaches us to pray, we don't really realize who we're talking to. And we go, Jesus this, Jesus that. Jesus intercedes for us, but the prayer must go to the Father. The Father ultimately makes the decision on granting our requests and moving on our behalf. It is the Father that works to do unto will of his good pleasure in us.
So who we should connect with is the Father.
Because it's interesting. I was telling someone the other day, God's idea about us has not changed since the Garden of Eden. The first thing he said about man after it is good, before man, he said, come, let us make man in our image. So that's the very first thing that he said about man is, I want children who look like me. So now, just because Adam fell, he did not abandon his first vision of us. And so we see it throughout the New Testament, transformed into the image of Christ, growing up to the full stature of maturity of Christ. And so basically what he's doing is still calling us to look like him. To look like Christ is to look like him, because Jesus said, why are you asking about the Father? If you see me, you've seen the Father. I only do what he does. I only say what he says. So therefore, if we're looking like Christ, we're looking like our Father, because Christ is the Son of God. We are children of God, and we're all supposed to look like our daddy.
Like our daddy. You sure do look like a daddy. I can see the grace of God all over you, Artificial. You look fabulous. You are your 60s. My God, I'm so jealous. I'm so envious of me. Look at you. Who could see you and say that? That's a 62.
That's why those young boys run after me.
I'm telling you.
Old man don't talk to me. Nobody my age talks to me. Hello, are you out there?
The cool guy, they want to make you the cool guy.
I don't mind being older now, to be perfectly honest. My mom is actually 7 years older than my dad.
Wow, really? Yeah. Wow, amazing.
And he's older than her.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Yes, amazing. It's good to hear that. And they worked it out. It's really good.
They loved. I mean, they've been married for over 50-something years.
Wow, amazing. Wow, that's good to hear. But you do look good.
Thank you.
That's Michelle, beautiful woman, beautiful woman of God. So here you are, you write about living, about love, about relationships, and lifestyle.
Yes.
So how did you evolve through all the subjects?